So I used to get really frustrated because every time I stopped at McDonald's to get a decaffeinated coffee, it would be cold. Now, I could wait for them to make a new decaffeinated coffee, and that is what I used to do. I don't really care if it's a little bit old, I just want it to be hot. To me, it's not coffee unless it's hot. So let me show you what I got. You guys know the Tastee people, right? The air fryer people? Well, I got this incredible warming cup from them. Let me show you how it works. Okay, so this is incredible. It's gonna take this lukewarm coffee, and I mean, I'd be surprised if it's even lukewarm today. And I'm gonna turn this on. And it's gonna set to 150 degrees, and that's how hot it's gonna make my decaf for me. And I did this the other day. It literally just takes a few minutes. It holds 12 ounces. I'm gonna pour that decaf in there, and in just a few minutes, I'm gonna enjoy a delicious decaffeinated coffee. This cup is just so good. It's leak proof here. You can just seal this. It's got like that rubber seal on it. And then it's telling me here as the temperature is going up. Let's see. Right now it is at 107 degrees, so I'll just wait for that to get to 150. So now I'm back at work, and I have to say the same thing has happened to me that used to happen to me when I had small children around the house. My coffee gets cold, I go back for it, I have to put it in the microwave. It's been about 3 hours since I filled up this Tastee cup with my lukewarm, at best, coffee from McDonald's. And it's almost too hot to drink. It is still at 150 degrees. That is crazy. That is so cool. It doesn't need to be plugged in. It'll keep it hot for more than 4 hours. I have some work to do. So I'm gonna let that sit here, and I don't have to worry that it's gonna cool off before I come back. It's pretty cool. So it's now 12:30, and I am still drinking a cup of hot coffee from this morning. Hot. So good. Especially in the wintertime as it starts to cool off. I like to have something warm in my hand all the time. And one of the things that I've noticed with my Yeti, for instance, is that it keeps the heat inside. I mean, sure, it keeps my coffee hot for a while, not as long as this. It does keep it hot for a while, but the outside doesn't get hot, and there is something about the feeling of drinking something warm with the outside of the cup being warm. Sometimes I actually take my ceramic mugs places because I can hold them in the car when my husband's driving or wherever we're going, and I can, my hands can be warm, and I love that about this. The outside is just slightly warm, just warm enough for my cold fingertips as the weather cools off. I love this so much. I went inside to make dinner. Now I'm back at it again, and this time I wanted to share one of my favorite drinks. So I started making this drink right after I became a carnivore because I had given up coffee. Now I just drink decaf, but I had given up coffee and I needed something warm to get me through the winter. So I came up with what I call bulletproof water. And the way I make bulletproof water is I heat up some water, and then I add about 2 tablespoons of butter with a sprinkle of salt, and I blend it. And today I poured it in here. It is the most frothy, delicious, buttery carnivore drink. It is so good. And if you're already a carnivore or you're on keto and you're being fat fueled, so you're fat adapted, your body is gonna use that hot, buttery water as fuel. So that's one of the ways that I keep going throughout the day since I don't typically use caffeine. One of the ways I keep going in the cold winter months. I've actually figured out how to do it in the summer too, but that's a whole different story. But in the wintertime, I love to have that, and now I have found the perfect way to keep it hot for most of the day. I was actually able to put my bone broth in here cold, and the cup heated it up for me. One of the best things about using a cup that keeps it hot for so long is that there's no separation of the fat from the drink that you're drinking, which is pretty common when you drink things that are so high in fat. Even once the battery runs down on this, it's going to keep it hot for quite some time in there because it is insulated. This cup is like the best cup ever. Now I can get through the rest of my day with a hot cup of coffee. I took that little break, plugged it in, and in an hour and a half, it's completely charged, and it'll keep my bulletproof water ready for me long enough for me to finish up the work I'm doing until it's time to go in and have dinner. I'm back inside, chilling out for the evening, and guess what? my bulletproof water is still hot. I mean, that's pretty amazing, guys.